Hello, this is Game 1001 here. Okay. About 30 years ago, a young man was Ridley Scott defined the genre completely of both horror and sci-fi. This movie was called Alien, released in 1979. Always again under the helm of the newcomer Ridley Scott. It stars Sigourney Weaver, and I can't remember the rest of the cast. But it did star Sigourney Weaver and made a star of her. This movie was a huge hit. It was defined the genre. It had. Well, I'm not going to go into because everyone knows you know this movie. If you're a fan, so I'm going to go into the same bit. That was what it was. The film was a huge success, both box office and reception, and was regarded as a classic and is considered one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. Again, I agree with him. It was spawned several sequels a year later. The most popular one and possibly the best sequel is Aliens. And in all honesty, Aliens is just as good as the first, if not better. Again, Sigourney Weaver comes back as Ripley. It takes place a few years after. I'm 50 years, 7 years after. I'm not going to spoil. I'm going to give a brief history. It's then directed by James Cameron, who's best known for directing The Terminator, Terminator 2, Titanic, and Avatar. It blew everyone away. It went away from the horror genre and went more into action. Again, the film was a huge success at the box office and reception. It was nominated for several Academy Awards, including Sigourney Weaver was not the best actress, which is very rare for a horror movie or sci-fi movie, so it pushed into this genre could really show off. It then followed by Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Alien 3 was, a lot of people hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. It's a very, very poor movie, but it's a guilty pleasure. Alien Resurrection, on the other hand, is a total piece of shit. I'm not going to get into it. Although, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into it. You can check them out if you want. Alien Resurrection is a complete piece of crap. So Sigourney Weaver did return for both. Then, after Alien Resurrection, we were followed by possibly one of the worst in this series, and by far one of the worst movies I've seen, here is Alien vs Predator, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. This movie was horrendous. Horrendous. It was a big box office success and was poorly received by both fans and critics. It followed up with another sequel which actually bombed at the box office and got even worse reviews. It is a tad bit better for me, but it's still a horrible movie. And now, after 5 years and over 30 years later of after being away from the sci-fi, Ridley Scott has returned to the gear he's defined with Prometheus. Sorry. Does it stand up? Will it be like the original Alien, just define the genre? Has it become a new masterpiece, even better than the Avengers? No, it's not actually. In fact, it is a bit of a disappointment, which is a shame. Again, the film stars Ridley Scott. It stars Naomi Pace, Michael Fassbender, Guy Pearce, and Charles Theron. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say her name. It just got released there on Friday on June 1st, but I only just saw it there on Mondays, so here today. So I'm going to give my thoughts on it. It's a very mixed movie. I'm going to go into the positives first. The visual effects are outstanding, simply amazing. The 3D is possibly the best 3D I've seen, just phenomenal. The cinematography, the production design, it's a beautiful looking movie. If you go into the cinemas, you'll be enjoyed by beautiful looking scenery, just beautiful. The direction is very hit and miss. Ridley Scott does have great ideas, but it just doesn't seem to love it. While saying that, I have a few more positives. Naomi Pace was great as Dr. Elizabeth Shaw. She was pretty good. I really liked her. No Sigourney Weaver, or Ellen Ripley, but I liked her. Michael Fassbender was great as David. He probably stole the show. Um, he was a great, and he's a good actor as well. A special actor son Excellent First Class. He's a good actor. Okay, that's all the pros. Now we'll go against the cons. The story is possibly the worst thing of it. The reason for this is because it tries to be two movies. It tries to be an original movie, a brand new movie like Alien, but then it tries to be a prequel, a setup to the movie, and it combines it together, and it's a complete mess. It's confusing. All these, it just don't seem necessary. I don't get it sometimes. You know, it's just some things couldn't be in there. Like, what was the point of some things? I just didn't like it. And the worst thing is, it doesn't have an ending. It just ends. I'm not going to spoil it, but it just ends. You know, it sets up a sequel, and there better damn well be a sequel, because this what it's not. This would have probably been the worst ending in a movie, or one of the worst endings seen since Mass Effect 3. Not as bad as that, nowhere close, but you get what I mean. There's so many questions left unanswered, and it's just not fair. And so yeah, the film just was too crammed. It was a bit of a mess. The characters themselves were really one-dimensional. Most of them, I don't even remember half the all the characters' names. The only character I can remember is Niall Press's character. I'm sorry, I can't really pronounce his name like that. Say it wrong, please correct me. Hughes and David's character, they're the only two characters I actually liked, and it actually has some sort of dimension. So the rest just, I didn't like them. They have one dimension. I just didn't like them. You know, they're just there for get killed. So yeah, I really have nothing else to say. I do recommend having seen it on the big screen. If you go and see this movie, like, well, I don't think I'll see it on the big screen. I'm going to buy it. Don't see it in cinema, and then you can just decide if you want to buy it, because it's worth the money to see it in cinema. The 3D is phenomenal. You'll have a good time. It's a really fun time in cinema, but just don't expect Alien or Aliens. It's a really big disappointment for Ridley Scott's return to this genre. Maybe if they do a sequel, they can improve on it, but so far I'm frankly really disappointed with this movie. But it's not a bad movie, don't get me wrong, but it's not a good movie. So if I had to give this a rating, I'm going to be generous, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's got the good outweighs the bad, but the bad is pretty bad. I'm sorry, it's really disappointing stuff. And this is coming, you know. Now the original Alien never had a much of a story anyway, but at least it had great atmosphere, lovable characters, you know, great characters. And this movie just doesn't. Although I'm just a simple character, you can go see it yourself. Like I said, go and see this movie. It's worth the money. Just be ready for what you're going to see. You know, then you can say, and you know, I'm K1 person one, yeah. Sign off. Or, but goodbye.